Hey, everybody, and welcome in. It's the Poor Man Fantasy Football League podcast. We're the fantasy football show that gives you a peek inside the life and times of our dynasty league. I'm the host, Mike, and with me, as always, is my friend Andrew. And this week, we're going to be breaking down the week 3 results, settling up on our bets, making some new ones, looking at to week 4. It's going to be some fun. It is Wednesday night, September 25th. Andrew, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. And yourself?
A little under the weather. I didn't think I was. I thought maybe, we had some hot weather. Windows were open. Maybe I dried myself out, but I'm still feeling some scratchy throat, bit of a headache. So I took the afternoon off, came home, had a nap, and I'm ready to go back to bed. So as soon as we're done here, buddy, I'm going to the pillow.
Hey, I'm on the ass and a cold since last Friday. So
Oh, really? Over the weekend? That sucks.
2 weekends in a row I've been held up.
All right. Well, maybe this weekend will be the weekend. Sit back, relax, enjoy some football, some quality
Not
football.
really. Friday I work all day
Yep.
and then I'm volunteering for uh, father-in-law's casino stuff for
Or
the
league.
hockey
Yeah.
league stuff. So I'm going from work. I work all day, go to the casino and work till 3 o'clock in the morning. Come home, I'll sleep for a couple hours, and then it's my
Dance.
wife. Then there's my wife's aunt's birthday party,
Okay.
and dance. So
Yeah, it's tough being a parent sometimes.
it is.
All right, we do it for love, though.
Yes, yes.
Well, it's the beginning of week 4. Week 3 is in the books. There's been some surprising NFL results. Andy Dalton, he's a big deal these days, hey? The Red Rifle, your old buddy from way back when.
Yeah, well, like I guess if you sat on the bench for 10 years, your arm is good and fresh.
you're ready to go. And how about them 0-3 Bengals?
Yeah, yeah. They're just not in sync.
What is more surprising to you, the 0-3 Bengals or the 3-0 Minnesota Vikings?
Vikings.
Yeah, me too. That is blowing my mind.
Although Cincinnati has lost to two teams they shouldn't have lost to, being New England and whatchamacallit there on Monday night.
Washington.
Washington, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although Washington looked really, really good.
They did. They seemed to finally find a groove, right? Like they seemed consistent. Very happy. Jaden Daniels seems to be a quarterback that is making the transition out of all of the quarterbacks so far. Well, at least we'll get one. JJ McCarthy is yet to be determined. Yes. Hopefully he pans out too, though.
Yep.
Do you have any NFL injury news? Anything else you got?
Announced today. No, he doesn't listen to this, so it's okay. It looks like CMC's out, gone. He's in Europe right now, seeing a specialist. His Achilles is.
Yeah, I heard about that. Going to Germany, he's got some kind of like stem cell.
He'll be gone for a while.
Oh, dang. Well, that sucks.
Well, if he's seeing this stem cell guy, he's looking at surgery.
I don't think that's what that is. I think the stem cell is like the building blocks of all tissue. So you get the stem cell injection, and then your body has the resources to rebuild whatever it is damaged. But you think he's going to be out for even longer?
He's probably going to be out 3/4 of the year.
That sucks. Well, as a CMC owner in several leagues, I might need to go knocking on the Jordan Mason owner's door and say, hey, is there something we could do here so I can get my handcuff?
I feel bad because in another league, somebody hit me up this weekend because I have Hall and CMC in one league.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, hey, any interest in moving Hall or CMC? And I'm now today I'm like, should I put forth an offer with CMC? But I don't know if that's fair. That's not.
Why not? Do it. It's not like this information isn't accessible.
True, but that's kind of knowing that the guy might not play all year.
Then move on from him. Like that's part of why this guy probably read that information is like, hey man, would you be willing to move on from? Thinking he can get a bit of a discount, which I imagine his price would have dropped a little bit because he's going to be gone for a period of time this year.
Well, I was looking it up. He's still trading like as if he was like a second rounder.
Like a startup second rounder?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Like
yeah, he
last week he was still in the first as like a first round pick type thing.
mhm.
Now he's dropped a little bit, but obviously the
If
more he misses.
I own CMC. Let me go back here for a quick second. I'm going to open up his trade history in our league in Poor Man, and let's see what has his trade history looked like. So I acquired CMC for Jalen Waddle in a second
See,
in
that's a
2022.
at that time
Mhm.
that was a you got a steal there.
Looking back on it, at the time, it
Yeah.
was a fair trade and offer because
Yes.
one, Jalen Waddle was a big deal.
Yeah.
My second was going to be a late round or a mid to early second because I think I was trying to rebuild and I was trying to buy low on his last injury dip because I think he was off for the year.
Mhm.
Right. So I bought him. Yeah, I bought him the year after he hadn't played.
Oh, okay.
Right. So in this case, the guy got like there was no points because he
Yeah.
didn't play. So all right. So he wanted something, made the deal.
Because
Now
I was thinking if I was to throw out the offer, because the guy has Brock Bowers and Kyle Pitts. I was thinking I might ask for Bowers and and a second rounder.
I'd do that deal in a heartbeat. I'd send you Brock Bowers in a second in a heartbeat. That is, you
He's the
are
number two. He's the number two tight end right now.
sure. That's fine. That is an easy sell. I would dump Brock Bowers for CMC in a heartbeat.
He doesn't come back.
But he is going to come back and play football. He just might not come back this year.
We hope.
Look, I would still send you a second rounder and Brock Bowers for one more year of CMC, let's say 2025. Yeah. CMC is that big of a difference maker on the field. So if you're out
I
there
don't know.
hunting for that,
I've never ever been. And it's always because of his injury thing.
which
'Cause
is true.
Because I think I had him. I gave him to you,
In
and
I
then
think Simple Man.
yeah, and then I think I got him back from you in that
Let
league.
let me go and look. I still have CMC in that league, and that trade history looks like I got him from you
Yeah.
in 2020 for Devontae Parker, Melvin Gordon, Ben Singletary, Zach Moss, and a 2021 third.
In hindsight, you were the winner on that one.
Yeah. What just happened? You and I made a trade previously. How does that work? It says the trade history. You and I traded CMC. You drafted him in May 21st, 2019. Later that year, November 13th, 2019, you and I made a trade. I got Allen Robinson and Christian McCaffrey for Frank Gore, LaShawn McCoy, Devontae Parker, TJ Yeldon, Vince Singletary, and a 2020 first. And
Oh, I was just talking about the waiver wires and all the guys
oh,
that Multi Beast put up on the trade block.
he surprises me every year. I know
Yes.
that he contends and then he doesn't, and then he tries to sell off his team and then he gets really good, and then maybe this is just like that karma thing he's trying to pull where, hey, if I put this out there now where I'm trying to sell my team for the future, maybe my team will get good again. Maybe that's what he's trying to do.
He's putting it out in the universe for to like kick his players in the butt to get going.
Yeah. Just to give him a little
Yeah.
because I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh well, I tried trading for Cooper Kupp earlier, but then the injury happened, and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to touch him with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah.
He's too old. He's not worth much to me.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that he put T. Higgins and Drake London up.
Like he's just out fishing, I think. If somebody was to say, "Hey, I'm offering you the golden goose for one of those guys," I'm sure he'd jump on it. But if it has to be
But
something
to me,
like
none of
that,
those guys are awesome, right? They are.
no.
Why is this not lining up? There we go. To me, T. Higgins is pooped because he barely got any work, any targets in the previous game. Which is his first game back coming from injury. Yeah. And Jamar Chase, damn you, Jamar Chase, is looking good. So, all right. So now you're second fiddle. You're going to be gone. It's going to be a new team. To me, like, if I'm renting him, it's for this year because I don't know what the future is going to hold.
Yeah.
Hard to pay for that. And then Drake London. Well, have a look at Drake London's stats. He is on the field a lot, and he's caught a touchdown in the last 2 games. And that's kind of where all his points came from.
Yeah.
So if he doesn't get a touchdown, you're going to be disappointed with what he delivers. So what do you want for that?
Well, that's just it, right? But if you're struggling for receivers, you might, and you're running back heavy.
Which I am. I'm exactly in that boat. I am up shit creek, pardon my language, where my wide receiver core has been decimated, and it continues to get beat up.
Yeah.
And the only healthy wide receiver I have on the team seems to be just running routes because his quarterback can't throw a football. And that's Michael Pittman.
Yeah.
A great receiver, but can't seem to get a ball in a catch radius around him because Anthony Richardson throws it so few and so terrible when he does throw.
Yeah, exactly.
Dang it. Oh, well. Okay, so let's see. What do I got here?
Up is our League Talk Sleeper Report.
You ready for the Sleeper Report? Sleeper Report. All right, the best manager of the week, back-to-back, Bryce. This time, 99% accurate. Well done, Bryce. That one was... he's on a roll. He's doing well.
Yes.
The worst manager in back-to-back weeks, Andrew, with 65%. At least you're hitting you're consistent. You're just 65%.
There you go.
Each week. Narrowest victory, Little Baby Sheepman beats yours truly by 5.88 points. Really, it was Jamar Chase. The game was done, and all he had left was Jamar Chase, but Jamar Chase balls out, resurrecting the week for Little Baby Sheepman, taking away the victory. Highest score of the week?
Really, the Bengals screwed you twice.
Yeah, okay. We'll get to our bet. Stupid Jamar Chase. Even if that didn't happen, you had Joe Burrow and Josh Allen on Monday night as your, hey, can you come up with 58 points between these two guys? Oh, hell yeah, you can. You come up with like 90-some points with these two guys. All right. The highest score of the week was Bryce. Congratulations, Bryce. I don't have my little thing up. Where is the media? There we go. Transition, block. Here we go. Clapping. Way to go, Bryce. Live. Why is it? There we go. Finally. The lowest score of the week. Poor man of the week. We thought it was going to you, Andrew. You thought you were inheriting this. And then lo and behold, somebody stepped up and decided, you know what? I'm done playing football this week. So this title goes to none other than our friend Josh with 78.26 points. And for that, my friend, you get the sploosh. Gurgle, 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 gurgle. There it is. Yeah, I was really surprised. You, Donnie, and Josh were all vying for that last place position. And it's coming, your lack of points are coming from the weirdest places because normally the players that produce the points are not.
Yep.
And where the points are coming from are from the untraditional players that somehow seem to be getting tremendous amount of work. Juwan Jennings, anyone?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oops. There we go. Let's do this. Let's talk about our week 3 matchups. How did we fare? In matchup number 1, it was me versus Little Baby Sheepman. We all know how that played out. He won, came from behind. The only person that picked Little Baby Sheepman, Andrew. Congratulations, Andrew. Well done. For that, you get a point.
Yeah.
You believe that it happened. Curse you. Matchup 2 was Donnie versus Juan. You and I both picked Juan as the upset. Everybody else picked Donnie. So we each get a point there. Hooray. Matchup 3, Slick versus Chervin. That was a split battle. 3 of us picked Slick. That was you, me, and Donnie. And then Josh, Marvin, and Gabriel all picked Chervin. And we thought that matchup might have actually been the closest matchup of the week. Didn't work out that way, though. Matchup 4, Bryce versus Josh. Everybody but you picked Josh, or picked Bryce. We all got ours right. You got your wrong. So now we're back to even Stevens here, you and I. And in the last one, the very last one, Andrew versus Marvin. We all picked Marvin. Marvin came through, not because Marvin's team went off, it's because your team fell short. And to me, that was the difference. It's not like Marvin lit it up, but your team just. Yeah. So talk me through this. How are you feeling about your roster right now? Are you confident? What are you thinking?
I'm still confident with it. It's there's some disconnects. Like you look at Mahomes and Kelsey, they're not on the same page. Mike Evans has had a good week one, but has done nothing the last 2 weeks. You look at Elliott. I thought maybe be able to bounce back. He's done nothing the first 3 weeks. Well, it's not nothing, but I don't think he's got 10 points in any of the 3 games. Mixon has been doing okay. Zach Moss has been doing even Tyreek Hill was like last week. What did he get last week? I think he got
nothing because he doesn't have a quarterback, and now he's out. They're under their third string now.
Yeah, he got like 5 points last week. So I'm still hopeful.
You say that with a laugh. I'm still hopeful as the world burns around you.
Yes. My guy, it's like I could end up with. I can go on a run. Like lots of like everybody in this league. Our league is so close.
Yeah. Nobody's out of it yet. There's still some really good chances to try and come back. Yeah. Okay. Well, the totals, you and I did very well. We went 4-1 this week in our predictions. Donnie went 3-2, and then Josh, Marvin, and Gabriel all went 2-3. So the standings as of right now, I'm 8-7. You're 9-6. Congratulations, you're in the lead. Donnie's 6-9. Josh is 7-8. Marvin is 6-9, and Gabriel is 5-5.
Very nice.
Now we get to talk about this week's matchups. And this is where I think we're going to get some significant clarity, because now that 3 weeks has passed, 4 weeks, this is kind of like that turning point. How you fare in the first 4 weeks is going to kind of determine how the rest of the season could go for you if you don't make some changes. You need to make some hard decisions here. And in doing so, matchup number 1 is me versus Donnie. We are both sitting at 1-2. The league standings go Bryce, Irvin, Slick, Marvin, little baby sheep man from the bottom of the heap all the way up to number 5. I'm sitting at 6. Don at 7. Juan is at 8. Andrew, you're sitting at 9. And Josh is sitting at 10. Now, you're either 2-1 or you're 1-2. A win this week can dramatically bring you back into or further separate. So it's an important matchup for a lot of us. So the first matchup, me versus Donnie. Here's my issues. I am really thin at wide receiver. I'm talking desperately thin. The only wide receiver that I can consistently trust is Stephon Diggs. Everyone else for me has been running backs. And my options as my wide receiver 2 are Michael Pittman, Cortland Sutton, Mike Williams, Brandon Cooks.
You even have an empty spot on yours.
Yeah, because I don't know what wide receiver to put into play. I was hoping that I'd be able to trade for one. My IR spots are full. We have 4 IR in our league. I have Christian McCaffrey, TJ Hawkinson, Hollywood Brown, and Kendre Miller. I also have Adam Thielen and AJ Dillon on IR, but have to roster them in a regular spot. So I've been filling up my roster with individuals that I'm hoping to plug and play, but they haven't worked out. And I'm very confident in my running backs. Alvin Kamara, Jahmyr Gibbs. I got Devin Singletary, David Montgomery, James Conner. Very happy with that. Not much more beyond that, unfortunately. And my wide receiver rooms just took a massive hit. Sam Laporta is dealing with an ankle injury, which is lingering from the preseason, so don't expect him to play this week. And then my other tight end, Trey McBride, is now in concussion protocol, and he has until Saturday to clear concussion protocol before he can get back in. So I went out and picked up Brock Wright off the waiver wire as the backup to Sam Laporta because he'll actually get work, unlike the other tight ends on my roster, Dawson Knox, AJ Barner, Greg Dulcich, and Michael Mayer. So, Juwan Johnson. I thought Juwan Johnson was going to be okay, but unfortunately, he's got 0 points in the last 2 weeks, so I can't trust any of these dudes. So I'm feeling the pinch here on my roster start. So I'm comfortable with Kyler Murray as my QB. I just saw what happened to Washington against Cincy, so I think Kyler Murray is going to be good. But I got to find a tight end replacement, which is going to be Brock Wright, if Trey McBride isn't ready to go. And I don't know if I go Cortland Sutton against the New York Jets. Probably not. Or do I go Michael Pittman versus Pittsburgh? Well, that's an even better defense. Yeah. So
And
I think
surprisingly enough, you're still favored quite a bit.
I'm still favored to win. Yeah. And let's have a look why. You share what Donnie's.
Well, Donnie, Justin Fields, and then at running back, like Breece Hall could have a huge day against Denver. Just huge. White is in tough against Philadelphia. You get Thomas against Houston's a tough defense. You got Nico Collins against Jacksonville's weak defense. His weakest spot really is the Mike Gesicki. Like you, his tight end is a little bit tough. Got Bijan Robinson, Douglas from New England, and Shakir, the only one that seems to be catching stuff in Buffalo. I'm surprised he's not projected to get more than 8. But maybe it's because it's Baltimore. It might be a tougher game. Now let's look at his bench here. What's he got here on his bench? He doesn't have a lot on his Jerry Jeudy, maybe. But that's Cleveland. Who knows what quarterback's going to show up there?
Yeah.
That's he doesn't have much. And it was the same last week when we were talking about him too. Like his bench is pretty beat up too.
It is very thin, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've got you as my pick for the week.
Woohoo! I picked me as well. However, Donnie did pick himself. Don't blame him.
Yeah.
You got to believe. Josh and Gabriel both picked me to win this matchup. So I'm trending in the right direction, but man, I am.
The one thing that I think that might save Donnie is if Washington is getting hot and they shut down Arizona like they shut down Cincinnati. That's Kyler Murray and James Conner that.
Yep, and could be Trey McBride.
And McBride, yeah, too.
Yeah,
all 3 of them could hurt you. So
could. I'm gonna bet against it though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
All right. Matchup number 2. We got Bryce versus Juan. Bryce is sitting at 2-1. Juan is sitting at 1-2. So this is a pivotal separation moment here. Juan can get back into the hunt or be knocked further out. Bryce could further separate from the pack as he sits near the top. So Bryce is bringing Josh Allen, who's coming off of an amazing game, but is now going to face a real defense in Baltimore. So I'm curious to see how this goes. Then he's got Aaron Jones, Jerome Ford. That's a weak point. Jordan Addison, which is a weak point because I think he's just coming back from injury. I don't even know if he's officially limited. So there's a chance that he could be coming back to start this week. Curious to see how that goes. Then he's got George Pickens. As great as George Pickens is, Justin Fields does not throw the ball very well. So you kind of need a touchdown from George Pickens to be able to make that work. Hey, Conklin, he's getting all the work. Look at this. 90% snap, 93% snap, 92% snap, just not getting the targets. All right. Then we've got Calvin Ridley, who is completely dependent on Will Levis. Good luck with that. James Cook, who is an absolute beast on the ground for Buffalo. And then Devon Achane, who, as long as he's healthy, man, he's a weekly starter especially when there's no quarterback.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that with them not having a quarterback, that might be
Yeah.
a
Oh,
big deal for
Tyler
them.
Huntley. Tyler Huntley is the dude that's next man up. Ouch.
I'm surprised they haven't gone out looking for somebody already.
I think if they do, it's going to take a while to bring that person in and get them up to speed on whatever their system is. So
I don't
Skylar
know.
Thompson is out and done. He's day to day with a chest injury. And then Tyler Huntley is next man up. So he's going to get the start this week. That's kind of crazy. And then who? Tim Boyle? Really? Tim Boyle. Okay.
RG.
G3. Yeah, he doesn't have a job on the broadcast desk anymore.
Well, I mean, he
So
still
yeah.
looks in good shape, right? Like, and you have,
Mm-hmm.
if you're a veteran quarterback, no, you're not going to know all the terminology. No, you're not going to know all of the little tiny nuances,
Mm-hmm.
but you should be able to grasp a basic offense.
Understanding, get the ball out of my hands, protect it, get it into
E-
the receivers. You're going
Exactly.
to recognize defenses and stuff. You just got to learn the playbook.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Bryce is feeling some injuries too. I think the reason
Yeah,
why he's running the wide receivers that he is because the guys that he should play are all out with injuries.
yeah.
Deebo Samuel, Devontae Smith, and George Kittle. Ouch. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think about Juan's team?
See, I think Juan needs to move some guys around. Like, so
Think so?
yeah, he's got Hurts,
Yeah, Jalen Hurts.
Henry, I'm still on the fence with Chuba Hubbard. I know you're a little bit bigger on him than I am, but
I think it's as long as Andy Dalton is the quarterback.
yeah, he'll get
I think
reps.
Chuba Hubbard might be a safe play.
Yes, yes, and especially against Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
Andy Dalton going up against his old team like that dumped him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, and then he's got Devontae Adams, Jalen Jalen Waddle.
Again, no quarterback.
Yeah, no quarterback. You get tight end is Ferguson, and this is where it starts to fall off. Like he's got Tank Dell, which is okay, but then Pierce is only expected 5 points. Naylor, 383, right? So I think a couple of them.
Jalen Naylor might not even play this week
True.
if Jordan Addison is active.
Yeah. So I think he needs to go to his bench and maybe pull up Jamal Myers,
Jacoby Myers?
Jacoby Myers, sorry,
Yeah.
Dortch, maybe even to Atwell. I bet, but I don't even trust Tutu Atwell anymore. Why is Sky Moore so? He's not really getting any love.
Sky Moore doesn't even play football anymore.
Yeah, he's still projected to get .29 though.
Yeah, because he's going to run 2 routes and be done for the day. Juju Smith-Schuster plays ahead of Sky Moore. That should tell
Yeah,
you everything you need to know.
yeah. So I think Juan needs to move a couple of guys in, but oof, this is gonna
I
be
don't
a
think he's
tough
got
one.
anybody to move in.
This is gonna be a tough one, but I think it's gonna be closer than yeah. I'll go Bryce.
And go Bryce. Man, this is projection-wise, it looks like it's in Bryce.
Which way are you gonna?
Just because James Cook, Devon Achane, like the running backs are a bit deeper. So I will go Bryce as well.
Okay.
Yep. So that's that selection. Now, next up on the list here? We've got Slick versus Little Baby Sheep Man. Now, big separation here. Slick 112, Little Baby Sheep Man 99. Let's go Slick. Slick's got Brock Purdy, not a bad start against New England. Kyron Williams, Travis Etienne, CeeDee Lamb, Chris Olave, Dallas Goedert. How's Dallas Goedert? He's still good. He is not on the injuries report. Okay, so that's good. Terry McLaurin, who finally caught a touchdown. Good for him. He's up there. Ooh, Rashee Rice. Oh, that sucks. That's a good lineup this week. Oh,
Yeah.
and he's got Najee Harris.
Yeah.
Najee Harrison. Okay, does he have anybody on his bench? Oh, he's benching Rashid Shaheed after a dud last week. He's not playing Darnell Mooney. He's not playing Curtis Samuel or Ladd McConkey or Jaden Reed. Wow, look at the treasure trove of assets over here.
Yeah, I'd almost
Okay.
throw. I'd almost go Jaden Reed in over.
Yeah, I think Jaden Reed is good regardless who the quarterback is. I think that could still work out.
They worry about Lamb too, right? And like I know they're going up against the Giants, but like what did Lamb get me last week in our bet? 5 points.
CeeDee Lamb, yeah, he got 5
Yeah,
points.
yeah.
I didn't go CeeDee Lamb. That was you. You picked him.
That's what I said. That's what
Yeah.
he
Oh, I
got
thought you
me
said
at
me.
5
Yeah,
points.
no. Only 5 points.
So I mean, I'm sure they'll bounce back against the Giants, but yeah, that would be the only one spot that I would swap out. I'd throw in Reed for what did I say it was there? Well, that's their tight end. Goddard is at 7. Really? Okay, yeah. Reed. Who would you put in for Reed for? Maybe McLaurin? No, I don't know.
No, like I think
He's probably rocking his best team.
it's rocking his best team, but it's nice to be able to have that kind of depth on the bench.
Yeah,
What he
no
lacks
kidding.
at running back depth, though, he makes up for in wide receiver depth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The only one that I would consider swapping out Isaiah Likely for Goddard because Isaiah Likely seems to be Jackson's favorite right now over Andrews.
Sure, but Dallas Goedert actually gets targets. Dallas Goedert
True.
is on the field more often than Isaiah Likely, and Dallas Goedert got 11 targets in a week where there was no Devontae Smith or AJ Brown. So I'd continue to roll with Dallas Goedert over Isaiah Likely.
Yeah.
Playing the injury game. Now, granted, when AJ Brown and Devontae Smith come back, I might pivot to Isaiah Likely at that point.
Yeah.
Wow, that's looking good.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's going to be a tough one to beat.
Okay, and these are both 2-1 teams here. So who do you think on the other side? Let's break it.
Like he's going with Lamar Jackson.
Carson Steele.
Yeah, he didn't look too bad.
Sure.
Allen.
Braylon Allen back up to Bijan.
Yeah. Although Kareem Hunt is saying, "Watch me now,"
He was activated to the starting roster,
and his comment was, "Watch me now." So he might be coming with a chip on his shoulder to say, "I'm going to show you why you shouldn't have dumped me, and let's roll with this." So that even when Pacheco comes back, you don't want to get rid of me. But we'll see. I said the same thing in Cleveland when they snagged him back up with the injuries. But we'll see. Then he's got Jamar Chase, Marvin Harrison Jr. Jeez, he's got some good guys. I didn't realize the little baby sheep man had such good players. Brock Bowers, Amari Cooper, Quentin Johnson, Smith Najigba. Let's see, and then on his bench, Herbert's hurt, so you can't really go there. Williams, Akers, McLennan's, Najee Spears.
Yeah, what he's missing is running backs. He's relying solely on his wide receivers to carry him.
How bad is Walker hurt?
He's still got his chest injury. Like he's got to get fixed at some point. Obliques, yeah. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, that would be a tough one to start against Detroit. Because Detroit's defense.
It's a solid run defense. You're not running on.
Yeah. Romeo Doubs, however you want to say him.
Romeo Doubs?
Yeah. That's about it. And his bench. So I mean, it looks like both guys are going with their best teams. Oh man. Do I do it 2 weeks in a row? No, he burnt me week 1. So I gotta go slick.
I'm gonna go slick. It's probably the right choice. Yeah, as much as I would love to see the upset here and little baby sheepman go on his run to try and claim the title, going from last to first. I don't like his chances this week, so I'm going to go Slick as well.
He even picked Slick, so you can't feel so bad not picking.
Yeah. It's a strong team. It's a really strong team.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next matchup. In this case, it's going to be Chervin and Marvin. Both very good teams, both sitting at 2-1. So there's going to be a big decider here. Chervin is rocking Anthony Richardson, who at this point I would be benching until further notice. He had a great week 1, but he sucked in week 2. He was terrible in week 3, and he's going up a defense, probably the best defense he's come across all season. I am not optimistic at Anthony Richardson's chances this week to perform. I would be pivoting out. But let's see what else he's got. Oh, really? Okay, Saquon Barkley, Tony Pollard, Brandon Ayuk, okay, DJ Moore, Kyle Pitts, Malik Neighbors, Jameson Williams, and Chris Godwin. Oh, that's not bad. Not a bad lineup. But yeah, Baker Mayfield. I think I'd rather play Baker Mayfield than Anthony Richardson.
Against Philly?
Yeah, I think Baker Mayfield. People have been able to play against Philly.
I suppose they could lose, but it could still be a high-scoring game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then on his bench, he's got Juwan Jennings. He's not playing Juwan Jennings. And then Christian Kirk, who finally got some action. It only took 3 weeks, but he finally got some targets that were relevant. So good for him. And then that's kind of it, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad. It's a good start. I'm definitely leaning at this point. I'm leaning towards Chervin. Tell me what Marvin's got.
So he's got probably the biggest disappointment at quarterback, Joe Burrow. But he just they haven't performed, right? Like, yes, he balled out, but in the one game, that's it. So
right,
we'll see. The jury's still out on him.
Okay.
Jonathan Taylor, Josh Jacobs, Justin Jefferson. Hopefully he's back to 100%. No injury designation, so I guess he's good to go. DK Metcalf, Cole Kmet, Johnson.
Oh my goodness.
Adonez.
Rome Adunze.
Donez. I don't know.
It's Rome Adunze.
He's got some St. Brown guy. I don't know who that St. Brown guy is.
St. Brown guy, yeah. The sun god himself. Okay, I'm going to point this out here. He's got Cole Kmet and Rome Adunze, who just had great weeks. Yeah. But that was like a one-off. So he's chasing points here.
Yeah.
To see if he can repeat against the Rams. Like, all right. And then he's only playing Deontay Johnson because Andy Dalton made him relevant. So now he's got him in the roster in hopes that, hey, Andy Dalton can keep him relevant. So that's not a bad play.
I would consider putting in J.K. Dobbins against Kansas City. They've been getting diced up at the running game. So I would consider Dobbins, throwing him in, or even Stevenson against San Francisco. What else did you got?
For shame, he's not playing Garrett Wilson?
Yeah, there's that too. Wow.
Yeah.
Even Alan Lazard, because Aaron Rodgers likes Alan Lazard. I know I said it earlier that it seemed like Andrews wasn't getting as much love as likely, but who's his tight end?
Oh, that's really the only.
Yeah. I don't know. That's a tough one. Andrews or Kmet?
I take the shot on Kmet this week, just because I think Andrews might still be suffering from something.
Yeah. And they're going up against Buffalo, who's a hot team right now. So. I don't think he's. You know what? Again, I think this is going to be a closer one than we think.
This might be like this. This could be a really fun matchup to watch.
Yeah. I'm going to go Chervin, just because you and I have to split. You and I can't have the same.
Chervin. Well, I'm going Marvin. That's for sure. Cool. All right. And then the last matchup we got going on here is you and Josh.
Yes.
You and Josh. Both 1 and 2.
Is Josh dead last and on second last?
Yep. Battle for last place. This is the battle for last place. Now I'll let you talk about your team and then I'll talk about Josh's.
My team's good still.
Do you think Joe Mixon comes back this week?
Yes, Houston needs him back to kind of even out that offense. So yes, I think he plays. Mahomes against the Chargers, especially with the Chargers being injured a little bit this coming into this week, it might be a good divisional game for the Chiefs. Zach Moss, I don't know, they got to let him run more. Tyreek Hill, he scares me without a quarterback. Mike Evans has kind of disappeared. Kelsey needs to bounce back. Wandell Robinson, Hopkins. I missed out on Hopkins getting points last week. And then I got Watson on my bench. Really, I do Coleman, but he's not really getting enough love. So I'll go into Shakir. I'm going with the best that I think I've got.
Hey,
So
I would agree with that. I think if you played Keon Coleman, that's just a high risk, high reward play.
yeah, yeah,
Because I think his floor is 0. He gets you nothing.
yeah, because that's what he got pretty much got me last week.
Yeah, okay. And then you're good with Mahomes against the Chargers and not Stroud versus Jacksonville?
I got to keep my faith. I got to
Okay.
keep my faith in Patsy boy. It'll get me my points.
All right. Well, if Patty is your boy, then you run with him. I think Stroud was going to bounce back this week against a very crappy Jacksonville defense.
I think so too, but I think Mahomes and Kelsey they got to get a get right game. That they got to get something going here. So hopefully this divisional matchup will be it. Oh, you're muted. I can't hear you. I can't hear you at all.
Myself on mute. I went to cough and forgot to take myself off mute. My apologies. Let's talk about Josh's team. Josh is rocking Geno Smith, and because Geno Smith is facing Detroit, it's not a bad play. Detroit doesn't seem to have fixed their secondary issues, and there's some injuries now.
Yeah, but
So Geno Smith might be a decent start. Brian Robinson has been having an okay season, but Austin Eckler is also looking really good. But
yes,
looks like Austin Eckler is out with injury, though.
didn't he
Well,
get
what does that say?
ankle injury? I
Oh,
think.
he's ruled out for this week already.
Oh, okay. Didn't
Yeah,
know.
he got a concussion.
Oh, I thought it was an ankle.
No, yeah. So
Wrong part of
Austin
the
Eckler's
body.
out this week. Yeah, so Brian Robinson is going to get all those touches. So that's a good start. Jordan Mason, obviously a good start with no CMC in play.
Yeah.
Zay Flowers, you're hoping for some targets. Drake London. Dalton Kincaid at tight end. He finally got a touchdown in the multiple touchdown game from Josh Allen. Then he's got T. Higgins, Xavier Worthy, and Rico Dowdle. Now that's the guy you should probably be playing as the starting running back for the Dallas Cowboys. I don't think Zeke is it anymore. Yeah. So not a bad start, not a solid start, but not bad. I'm not seeing anything that I'd be excited with start over top of that because so many. Well, Tyler Lockett. If you think Geno Smith is going to be good this week, then Tyler Lockett should also be good this week, and I would play Tyler Lockett over Rico Dowdle.
Yeah.
Yeah, Xavier Worthy, maybe over Xavier Worthy, but he does have that big playability. Okay, man, I'm going you. Am I? Look, I want to go you if Joe Mixon plays. But I can't select you without knowing Joe Mixon. So let's delve into this real quick. He did not practice today. Mixon is still dealing with an ankle injury and was sidelined at Wednesday's practice. He is reportedly still week to week at this point, which casts a bit of doubt on his week 4 availability. If he's unable to play on Sunday, Dameon Pierce, hamstring, and Cam Akers will both see more work in his absence. Well, that would mean if Joe Mixon is out, Cam Akers is probably a really good play this week against the very crappy Jacksonville defense.
Yeah.
So with that said, unfortunately, my friend, I'm going to pick Josh this week.
Oh, that's fine. I understand.
Yeah, your bench, your flex spots worry the heck out of me. DeAndre Hopkins.
So
great receiver, crappy quarterback.
Yeah. I still got to go.
Gotta keep the faith.
That's right.
All right. Well, that concludes our selection. So I went Mike, myself, Bryce, Slick, Marvin, Josh. You went Mike, Bryce, Slick, Chervin, Andrew. So those are two differentials of the last two matchups. Now it's time for this week's bet. Okay. Well, congratulations, Andrew. You did win last week's bet. Your selection was roll the dice with quarterbacks and wide receivers. So we had to pick 3 fantasy quarterbacks and 2 fantasy wide receivers. I went into the week with at the end of the Monday night with 97.56. You needed 58 some points, 50, I think 58 something from both.
50, 52, 30 something.
Okay, so you needed 52 points from Josh Allen and Joe Burrow. Well, you ended up getting 69, 70. You got 70 plus points from the two of them. So you won the week with a total of 114 fantasy points. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, so you're leading the series 2-1. It's week 4. I got to make a choice here. So what I'm going to do, because I'm loving this like dice rolling aspect of it, we're going to do NFL matchups. So you're going to have to pick a winner. We're going to roll the dice. Whatever the dice says, it's a D6 plus 1. So minimum 2 NFL matchups to a maximum of 7 NFL matchups. The winner will obviously select the most correct selections. And if we do result in a tie, it'll be point differential. So you're going to want to pick teams that pick the most points. So I'm going to roll the die, and it is 4. So it is now 5. We are going to choose 5 games. I will select first. I'm just going to expand our little table column here. And now we got to pick, where are the big blowouts going to come? Where is Vegas expecting? Oh, the Vegas is expecting the Chiefs to destroy the Chargers by 7.5 points. I don't think that's going to be the case. Wow.
They're expecting the 49ers to destroy the Patriots by 10.
Jeez. I just saw that. That is incredible. Yeah, the Jets are going to beat the Broncos by 7.5 points. I don't know. Bo Nix might have something to say about that. Yeah, so I'm going to take the first easy layup here. I am going to go the 49ers over the Patriots.
Okay.
I think that one's 49ers over New England.
Okay. I think it's going to be a pissed off man. Now I'm in a conundrum.
Who's going to be pissed off?
Because they had such a poor showing. I'm going Cowboys over the Giants.
Yeah, that was my next choice. Yeah, the New York Giants. Okay. Well, I'm going to do Houston over Jacksonville because I think Jacksonville sucks now. I think they're in for a world of hurt from the Houston Texans.
Okay. I'll go the Chiefs over the Chargers.
You are going to take the Chiefs over the Chargers, eh?
Yeah.
Are you not worried at all how well the Chargers have been playing?
No, because their quarterback is hurt and
is out. Okay.
It's going to bring them back down to earth.
Okay. All right. 3 more selections. Well, I'm going to pick my Detroit Lions.
I figured that one. I almost took that one last time.
Yeah. Over Seattle. Yeah, I do believe in my Detroit Lions. They can move the ball in all aspects. And the defense is pretty tough on the ground. So get some interceptions. Turn that game around.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't agree with some of these lines, hey?
I guess I'll take the Jets over the Broncos.
I think that's going to be an upset. So I'm happy you take that one. I think the Broncos might be okay. I'm going to take Arizona over Washington.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm going to say that Arizona and their experience with the Cliff Kingsbury offense gives them an advantage when they go in there to see what's going to happen. It's one of those games that could go, but the over-under is 50 points.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting some big things from that one.
Yeah. See here. I'm going to go the Eagles over the Buccaneers.
Okay. On the back of Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make what I think is going to be a surprise selection, or maybe not. I'm down to 2 choices here. Both teams are in a good position to score some points, but I'm going to bet on the defense getting the win here. It's going to be low scoring, so I might not have a really good differential if we result in a tie, but I think I'll take the win. I'm going to go Pittsburgh over Indy.
Damn it. That was my next pick.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Pittsburgh, I think TJ Watt is going to feast. Now, before you make your selection, I want to point some stuff out here that's still floating around out there. We've got the Rams versus the Bears, and the Bears are 3-point favorites. I don't know how that works out, considering the Rams just beat the 49ers. They're not going to lay down, so I don't trust that line. You got the Bengals versus the Panthers. I was going to go Bengals, but Andy Dalton coming back. This and the defense being pretty soft for the Bengals, like this could be an upset. You got Browns versus Raiders. Ball is moving on both sides of the ball. The Bills versus the Ravens. That's a tough call. That could go either way. You've got the Titans versus the Dolphins. Dolphins still might win this one without a quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah, but only a 36-point over/under. Not very exciting.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go. I hate to say it because I hate this team. Buffalo.
You're going Buffalo. Okay, taking the high risk game, I think.
Yeah.
Buffalo over Baltimore. At their close matchups, Minnesota and Green Bay, that is going to be an important game for the NFC North.
Yes.
If Minnesota beats Green Bay, now granted, Green Bay is still running Malik Willis. If they beat Green Bay, they have a stranglehold on the first place spot in the division, which is wild to think about, considering I think we both had written off Minnesota at the beginning of the year. And then the next one is the New Orleans Saints versus the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, that scares me. I think it's gonna be a high scoring game for both teams.
Either way, though.
Yeah.
I don't know who I want to pick here.
It's a coin toss who's gonna win, but I think so your differential is gonna be small, and who knows who's gonna win. Yeah.
Okay. Well, here we go. We got it. Here's my selections. I got San Francisco, Houston, Detroit, Arizona, and Pittsburgh. You've got Dallas, Kansas City, the New York Jets, Philadelphia, and Buffalo. Should be fun.
Yep.
Give some extra incentive to try and watch this weekend.
Yes.
All right. Do you have any comments, anything you want to throw out there before we wrap this up for today?
Good luck with everybody's matchups.
Yeah.
It'll be kind of like a go Sherman, go Andrew weekend. So, yep.
Okay. Well, yes, guys, enjoy whatever football you get to watch, and hopefully your players stay healthy and make it through the weekend. That's it for this week. Thank you very much for joining us. Remember, you can give us a like, a share, a follow. You can find us on all your platforms for your podcasts. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Portman Football, all one word. Come back next week as we do week 5. We also add in the league standings where we actually check out to see where things are at, how are things shaping up, and see if anybody's tilting or not. And if to any of the league mates that are listening to this before Sunday, I am shopping for a wide receiver. Okay? I need at least one. I'd love to get 2. Just because. I need some depth. So guys, hit me up. Let me know. Come back next week. It's going to be a good time. That's it for this week's show. From one poor man to another, remember, if it's not fun, it is not worth doing. Good night, everybody.
Have a great week, everybody.